In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Google My Maps to annotate a map.
So this project addresses the ISTE Student Standard Knowledge Constructor. Students do some research, put that information together, and then showcase it by creating a map. So the first thing you might ask is, what are the differences between Google Maps, Google Earth, and Google My Maps? Google Maps is used for everyday navigation and for finding places. I'm sure you've used this to find, a store you're looking for, or find a friend's house. Google Earth is used for 3D exploration and visualization. So you can put places on a globe and zoom in and out and get a different view of it. And then Google My Maps, you can create customized maps where you can annotate it, mark places with icons, and then actually within those icons, you can describe a place and add pictures from that place. So for this project, students are going to choose a country. Then they're going to create a new Google My Map. And then within that country, they're going to find 5 places, mark those 5 places, then annotate each place with pictures and a description. And then finally, they're going to draw a border around the outside of the country using the line tool. So I found that it works best if students do a little bit of research before they start the project so that they're not trying to find information and also create their map at the same time. So we have them go ahead and find the name, get their name of the country, do a short description of the country, try to keep it to 1 sentence, and you'll see why on Google My Maps. Then choose 5 interesting places within the country. These can be landmarks, they can be historical places, they could be important cities, natural places, and then do a short description. Once again, very short 1 sentence description of each place. So once students have their country information, now they're ready to create their map. So we're going to create a map and label it.
So the first thing they're going to do is create a map. And the first thing you might want to ask is, how do you get to Google My Maps? So there's 2 ways you can get to Google My Maps. One is just to do a simple search on My Maps and Google My Maps. And when you should be the first thing that comes up. When you click on it, you'll see I'm logged in. So my Chrome login, and I can see maps I've already created, or I can create a new map here. The second way to get to it is through Google Maps itself. If you click over here where it says saved, you'll see options of places you've saved, but also on the end you'll see maps. And these are places, these are maps I've created, or I could create a new map. And this matches, if you look here where I've got my places here, these match this. I would prefer going this way. I just think it's a nicer layout and it's a little easier to see, but either way will take you to the same place. So once you decide which way you're going, then you're going to create a map. And this is the first step. It's going to create basically a blank map with nothing annotated. And you're going to see here where you have places that you can put in your information. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the name of my country. I'm doing Colombia. And I'm going to do a description. And so this is one of the nice things about having this done already. Now, instead of students having to come up with things on the spot, you just have to go and copy this in. This is going to make it a lot easier. And you can see why, one reason why I'm saying you want a short, you can see why I'm saying it's short, because I don't necessarily want a paragraph here. So what are you going to do? Even with this short sentence, I'm clicking on more. If I have like a paragraph, it's going to push this way down. All right, so then once you get the country chosen, right, and now I'm going to just go search for that country so I can find it. Kids can also, besides, they can go in and find it this way, and I'm going to say just close this up, or they can just move around and search for the country. Either way, they're going to do it. And I'm going to X this out so I won't have it marked. All right, so this is my country here, and I can see easily my borders here. All right, so I'm within my country. I'm going to go back, and here's my 5 places I'm doing. First place is Cartagena. And I get two ways of doing this. I can look for these places. So like here, I can find Cartagena pretty easily. And I can use this tool, the marker tool, and I can just click on it, and it'll add in my place I'm looking for. I'm going to type in my name of my place. And then I'm going to go back here, and this is once again why I suggest doing the research first. a lot easier for a kid to go back in. They can focus on their map now. And I'm just going to put in my title, and I can hit save that. So I've got my title in. Another thing I can do on this, I can change the style of the icon. So I know this is one of the things about this is a coastal city. So I'm gonna go more icons. I'm gonna say beach because I know coastal cities have beaches, and there's a nice little beach one. And so I can change my icon. I can change the color. It says it's colorful, so maybe I choose something a little more vibrant than um, a nice purple for that to describe it. All right, so now I've got an icon to do it, and I've got a description. And now what I can do is I can add pictures for it. So if I click on the add images, and I've got several options here. I could go find one on Google Maps and grab the image URL. I can pull something from Google Drive or from my photos, and I can also do video, which is nice too. I can just go to Google Images. I'm going to choose one for Cartagena. And I'll choose, this is a nice one of the walled city in Cartagena. So I'm putting that one in. All right, so I've got a picture that goes with it. And notice I can put more pictures. If I decide to get rid of a picture, I can do it here. And I can just click this plus. Now I'm going to add a second picture. And the pictures I don't have to always search for, say, Cartagena. I'm going to do one more and then we'll give you another idea. So I'm looking for something else that might represent. So here's an important building in Cartagena. So now I've got two nice pictures. And if this third one, what I'm going to do is just search for something that might be within Cartagena or represents Cartagena. So on this one, I'm just going to search for beach, even though it might not be. Well, let's do the beach in Cartagena. So I could first look for something more specific. So like there's a beach that works in Cartagena. So that's something I want to represent. So now I've got three nice pictures for Cartagena and a description. I'm going to save that. And there's my first place map. And notice when I zoom out, even though I'm zooming out, I can still see that one. I can click on it and bring it up easily. So then the kids are simply going to do their other 4 places. I'm just going to do one more. So this is what I'm going to look for. And so this is the second way you can do this, is instead of just finding it, if you're not sure where it is, you can do a search for it. All right, there's my search. And I'm going to add it to the map this time since I already have it. I generally take away the details of it. I think it kind of gets in the way for what they're trying to do. And I've already got the name of the place in. I'm going to click here and I'm going to add more icons. I'm going to do park this time. So I can find something that's nice. But yeah, there's a nice represents trees. And this is a park. I'm going to make it nice and green and close this up. And now I'm going to do my description. My description, I'm going to hit the little pencil for this one. Go back over to my country, my descriptions, and then go back here and I'm going to put this in. And then finally, I can go ahead and add pictures there now too if I want. So since I'm looking for the same thing, oops, I did my whole description there. Let me just let me use the name of the park this time. But you can see it's a lot easier if they go ahead and have their descriptions done rather than trying to do all this at one time. So I got some nice, beautiful places here. Insert, and you can actually choose. No, I thought you can only choose things. I can only choose one, but I got to put a place in, and I can add in more if I wanted to. I'm gonna add one more in. But we suggest. Oh, this gives you suggestions here, like animals. Yeah, this is very good. So this gives you, it's good if they do a variety of things rather than just choosing like just pictures of the park. Maybe they choose the animals. I'm going to do one more animals. I think that was good. And hotels, I think it'd be a little boring for a park, but I got animals. Let's do the monkey. Would be good. All right, so I've got 3 nice pictures. Make sure I hit save. Close up. And notice I got my 2 places here, and I can see. If I zoom out, so they're quite different. If you can see it's a big country. I can see both the places I marked. So when they mark their 5 places, I'll be able to see those 5 places around. So I'm not going to do the other three because the other places will be exactly the same. All right. And so up here, what I can do, I'm going to label this since these are my places, and this will be an advantage you'll see in just a second. I'm going to label this places. All right, so I've got places listed, and now instead of my other three, I'm just going to go ahead and outline my country. Now, outlining the country, if you do the outline of the country first, then one problem you run into is that if there's a layer on top and they do a second layer and the places underneath, we need to close off the layer, close the layer that's the outline country, or you won't be able to put the places in. So I'm going to do this as a separate layer. I just think it's easier. So I'm going to add a layer in. And on this layer, I'm going to do country outline. So I know what this is. Now the country outline uses this tool, which is the draw line tool. And the way this one works is I click on the draw outline tool, I'm going to add a line, and when I click, if I move it, it's going to draw a line. And if I click again, it's going to let me change the direction of my line. Now if I double click, it's going to end my line. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do perfect here because it could take a long time. We get kind of a semi-outline going all the way around. And the key to this is easier on some countries than others. Is I'm going to go up here, get pretty close. I want to get back to where I started from. And if I end up where I started, see how it turns to a hand? Watch what'll happen. It creates a nice polygon. It gives you a chance to talk to the kids about what a polygon is too. And so I'm going to label this Columbia. And I could add pictures and things. I'm not necessary for this since we got pictures of it. One of the things that it shows you too is you can estimate depending on how well you do it, you can get the perimeter of the line you do, which would be the perimeter of the country, and also the square miles, which is also nice. Another thing you can do on this, which is nice, you can change the color of it. So if you want to be a different color, and you can say how transparent, you can make it more transparent so you can see your places through, and you can change the border width of it also. And that's going to be a description if you want a description. You can add pictures and so on. It depends if you want to add things to it. All right, so now I've got my outline of my country and my places within it. So it's really kind of a nice little way to map things out, and I've got pictures for each of the places I have, so it's easy for me to get more information. One extension you could do have kids do just each of them do a layer. You can have up to 10 layers, so 10 kids can work together, and then each do a layer of a different country. You can have like a region if you want. That would be another possibility. The final thing you do is you want to share this, and if you click right here where it says share, and then they can do a couple options here. They can share it by doing a drive, or they can copy a link and send it. Probably you want to say anyone with the link can view if you're going to do the link, and then they can share it with you, and you can be able to see what they're doing. So I hope this was helpful. Google My Maps is, I think, a great activity for kids to learn how to use maps, how to annotate things, and it's good. It kind of creates a nice visual for kids to see rather than just necessarily just doing research and relying on descriptions.